Blessings, brethren. Apostle Christopher, the Love Life Ministry, or Love is Life, and Life is Love. I got a quick word. It's a word of encouragement and a word of rebuke at the same time. The Lord told me, they shall know that I am the Lord. The Lord is watching. He's listening. When he said that I am no respecter of persons, and in John 10:10, he said the thief come only but to steal and kill and destroy. But I have come that you may have life and have that life more abundantly. The Lord is more concerned about our comfort, our character, than our comfort. He's no respecter of persons. He doesn't care what you've done. He doesn't care where you've been. He doesn't care what you haven't done. He doesn't care about what other people think of you. He doesn't care about what you think of yourself. He loves you. He loves us. And the ultimate sacrifice that was made by Jesus, Yeshua, HaMashiach, the Son of God, the sacrificial Lamb of God, who laid down his life for his friends, who laid it down voluntarily. He laid down his life for us, for you, because he loves us more than we will ever understand. You cannot understand why someone would take your punishment. He didn't rob anyone. He didn't lie to anyone. He didn't steal from anyone. He didn't commit fornication. He didn't commit adultery. He's not a hypocrite. He doesn't keep slandering, gossip in his mouth. He doesn't tear his neighbor down with his tongue. He doesn't oppress the orphans, the homeless, and the hopeless. He doesn't wreak havoc with ill intent on anyone's life. But he is more concerned about how you treat people. He said the whole of the law is summed up in 2 commandments. The first one is you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. And the second commandment is you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That is the whole of the law. It is love. If you are a respecter of persons, you think you're better than anyone, you think that you have more prestige, more access, more upward mobility, you think that you are superior to someone, the Bible calls that an idolater. You're an idolater, and you are in idolatry. And you call yourself a believer, you are not only in idolatry, but you are in spiritual adultery. If you treat people like they're beneath you, you are in idolatry. You are exalting yourself higher than God. You are making yourself judge. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? Who are you to do that? You know my sin. I don't know yours. It is much easier for you to put me in an oppressed position or in a place of compromise than it is for me to use your sin against you. I wouldn't, though, me myself. Why wouldn't I do that? Because I have sin. Regardless if it's public or not, private, it's still sin. But this is my word of encouragement. The Lord said, they will know I am the Lord. When I get you out of these situations that you put yourself in, that's God's grace, his mercy. When I deliver you out of that addiction, when I deliver you out of that bondage, when I deliver you from that toxic relationship, I told you not to get with that narcissist. She did not have your best interest at heart. You did it anyway. But because I love you and I know the end from the beginning, I'm going to allow you to go through that, and you're going to learn something about yourself, and at the same time learn something about me. And I'm going to deliver you out of that, and you will know who delivered you, and everyone else will know who delivered you, because for one, they knew that you were my child. They knew that you were a chosen one. They were sent by the enemy on assignment to steal, to kill, and destroy. But I come that you may have life and have that more abundantly. Guess what? That life is inside of you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. So you are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. They knew this. They knew this. And my personal testimony is I was with I call it my master class. I was with my narcissist for 13 years. And when I asked the question, how do you sleep with someone? How do you marry? So how are you married to someone and you don't know who they are? Because you don't know who you are. When I asked myself that question, the answer was enveloped in it. The rebuke is if you think that you're better than someone else, that person is trying to do right. Whatever they're going through, whatever they're dealing with, they're trying to do right. You aren't trying to do right, but you still think you're better than someone. The Lord is about to humble you. He is about to humble you, and he's going to humble you harshly if need be. If you don't get it together and wrap your mind around the concept that he is no respecter of persons, and you call yourself a man or woman of God, and you are a respecter of persons, I highly question if you know God. I question your prayer life. I question your fast life. I question the relationship that you have with the true and living God if you are not in alignment and obedience with his word. Because he said the time for foolishness has come to an end. He doesn't encourage. He doesn't condone. He does not finance. He will not facilitate sin. We are to get sin out of our lives because he loves you. And any loving parent does not want their children doing something that they know is going to harm them, because he loves you. And those who he loves, he disciplines. If he does not discipline you, he's not loving you. If he does not correct you, he's not loving you. And he has sent me to bring the warning of correction. If you do not let him correct you, he is going to correct you much more harshly, unless you don't want his correction. And if you don't want his correction, then you don't want a relationship with him. And if you don't want a relationship with him, then guess what? You're turned over to a reprobate mind, and you're given full access to the enemy, or the enemy's given full access to you. The enemy comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. He does not like you. He does not love you. He does not care. Satan does not care. Jesus cares about you. So, 2 Peter tells us, cast all your cares upon the Lord, for he cares for you. And then he tells us in James chapter 4, submit yourselves under the mighty hand of God, and he will exalt you at the proper time. Be watchful and sober, for your adversary, the devil, roams the earth like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. This is just my little love note from the Love Life. Where life is love, love is life.